Hello everybody, working abroad is a trap in my opinion. Absolutely. We see a lot of people always looking for that opportunity to work abroad, study abroad and potentially lead their entire life abroad. But according to me, I believe it is a huge trap. There are a bunch of different reasons why it is good, but at the same time, I will also tell you why these good reasons will quickly become into traps, especially as you tend to spend a lot more time in your career abroad. So let's start with the first point, which is responsibilities. A lot of us want to go abroad and work there because we get to handle a different set of work responsibilities and we grow as a holistic leader. Absolutely no questions about that. You don't get that client visibility, you don't get to build that rapport with the client, and all of these things are enabled when you are there in person. And you're also exploring the broader world. You get to see how people from other cultures are also working. All of this is good. But what is the trap here? The trap here is the frustration. We all cannot avoid the corporate frustration, right? Whether we are in India, whether we are in the US, UK, Dubai, doesn't really matter. This frustration will get to us sooner rather than later. But the unfortunate thing is when we work abroad, our employer is controlling our visa, whether we can stick with that company or not. Hence, we have not many opportunities to move around different companies. And even if we move around different companies, we need to make sure that the next employer also is ready to sponsor our visa. And not just about visas and sponsorships. If you want that freedom in your career, if you want to go start a side hustle, it's not legal. If you want to go start your own company, it's just not possible for you being on a visa. If you are somebody who is valuing career freedom and flexibility, for the first 3-4 years in the corporate world, all will be well. But slowly these frustrations will increase. And I was one of them who valued freedom and flexibility a lot more. That is the reason why after spending close to 8 to 10 years in the US and rest of the world, I moved back to the home country, India, because I wanted that freedom and I wanted to start a company. And it is not just about flexibility and freedom. There is also something called as favoritism, office politics. And you will notice that even in India, right? People are always favoring people from their religion, from their region, from their caste. All these things do happen. Nobody speaks about it, but these things do happen. Similarly, when you go and work abroad, there you will start seeing racism, right? Because you are an Indian, you might not be promoted. There are people who are coming from the US or coming from other Western countries and they are prioritized in terms of promotions. Nobody speaks about it. People make sure that it doesn't reflect that way, but this is the reality, and you will start seeing these things as you spend more and more time outside of India. The second reason why you want to work abroad is, of course, salary. Yes, you can make a lot more money working abroad, and also you can save a lot more money. In the initial years of your career, this will make a lot of difference. But as you tend to spend more and more years outside of India, you need to spend a lot more as well in those countries. The cost of living is high. You can't share a room. You rather want to stay with your partner, your life partner. And you might get married, you might have a kid, and it becomes extremely expensive to even afford a nanny. You might say that, hey, I am the only person who is earning, so my partner can take care of the kid. Well, if you are a single parent earning, then it becomes even more trickier. It's just not possible. And if you say that, hey, both of us would earn, then again, it becomes a difficult choice with respect to, can we really afford a nanny for the kid? And I'm not just talking about you having a kid versus not. In that scenario, it's pretty straightforward. But even in other scenarios, right, if you really are looking for that convenience, wherever you need that manpower support, for example, you want somebody to help you cook, you want somebody to help you clean your home. All these are considered to be extremely expensive services in the Western world. So you just can't afford it. So what is the purpose of earning high salary? You might be buying a piece of land in India, but you still can't enjoy these luxuries in the world that you are currently living in. Now, the third reason why people will say, yes, I want to work abroad is because of the lifestyle. Yes, I can enjoy, I can do a lot more things outside of India. The culture, I can experience people from all over the world. 2, I get great medical facilities. I get to enjoy the roads. All these things. But let me give you the counter arguments for this as well. You pay a lot of taxes, especially if you are working in cities like San Francisco or New York. You pay 9%, 10% additional state tax, right? And then you say that, hey, I'm getting to enjoy good roads. Absolutely agree about that. But there is also a small piece of the tax which is called as social security tax. And who gets the benefits out of the tax that you are paying? The local citizens. You are not eligible for the social security tax. There are a lot of clauses, there are a lot of things that go into it, and end of the day, it's very complicated thing. And you have to spend at least 10-15 years to understand this complicated thing and see that you are eligible to even get that social security from these countries. So not very easy. And now coming into the healthcare side. Yes, all these countries do promote regular checkups, but what if there is an emergency? And these type of emergencies will increase in numbers as we spend more and more time in other countries. I have seen a lot of my friends coming from US to India to get their root canal treatment done. Yes, because they say it is very expensive to get dental treatment in the US. If you know somebody who got their root canal treatment done in India by traveling from US to India, do let me know in the comments and also like the video. These are the realities. People do not know about these things and people do not even talk about these things. But end of the day, convenience, infrastructure, and even high salaries, they all have their own caveats. And finally, for me, the most important thing is family. Yes, you don't get to see your family. It is one of the important pillars of our lives, right? Whether we have that career success versus not, we need to make sure that we have the rock solid pillars supporting us throughout our life, and we are there to support them at the moment they need our support. I know people who have their parents, their relatives suffering from cancer or even other diseases, and they just could not come and visit them because of their visa issues. And even if they could come, they had to go back because of their work constraints. Now, what do you call this? Isn't it a trap? In my opinion, it's a huge trap. Just go listen to what Roger Federer has said in his latest speech, and he very clearly that these are the 3 lessons from his tennis life. And the third one is about family. Hope you get what I'm trying to say over here. I do not want to argue with anybody who says that, hey, I'm having a great life. I believe and I hope that wherever you are, you have the greatest life possible. But people who are currently in India and thinking about moving abroad, please do understand these traps, take the right decision before jumping into anything that you want to do. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.